It feels good now, though. I see it.
Yeah,
It feels real good.
and
I think we
that's the problem with that North Carolina weather, man. That should be it should
when
be
that
hot than a
humidity hits.
motherfucker, but then
Yeah,
it be humid too. So
right.
yeah,
Yeah, you get
sticky and
both
shit.
whammies. You get
Yeah.
both whammies. Don't get me wrong. I
All right,
love it though. All right.
all right, everybody. Welcome to Real Brothers for the real world, and we like to welcome y'all to our digital neighborhood. And I'm TL. That's my man Stace.
What's up,
And
y'all?
today we got a special guest on here, and my man brother Sanchez. He got
Salute
his
to
Yeah.
own.
everybody.
He got his
Human
own
too.
channel,
Right, right.
brother
Yeah, you get
Sticky
both.
and brother Sanchez brother Sanchez TV.
Mhm.
And he got some of his users going to be popping in too. So we're gonna make this a new family affair. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right. That's right. All right.
So Black, we had some topics on tap tonight. Why don't you
Oh,
tell
that's
us
right.
about what
Oh, that's
topics
right.
that we was gonna hit up tonight?
Well, again, y'all, welcome to the digital neighborhood, Real Brothers for the Real World, our weekly podcast. Again, like my man TL said, we'd like to welcome Brother Sanchez. We're expecting a lively, interesting conversation with this brother. He has some interesting perspective. So with that being said, we have four topics that we were going to address. So I guess we'll put those kind of put those on the back burner, or like what we can do, we can play that by ear. We'll talk to the brother
Yeah, we might
Sanchez.
not hit all them topics tonight, you know what I mean? But
Right.
whatever we don't hit, you know what I mean? We on
Yeah.
this bitch every week. So, you
Right.
know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
We
Right.
whatever
Right.
we don't hit, we can
Well, so we know what we'll do then. Okay, because
yeah.
we're gonna start off with brother Sanchez.
Yeah.
We do a formal introduction with brother Sanchez. Let him talk about what he's doing and some of his views, and then see how things go. But I'll just put the topics out there anyway, and then like we said, if the spirit hits us, then
Right.
we'll get on them. All right. The first one was financial strategies to protect your marriage,
Uh-huh.
how to improve the man in your mirror, if you die today, and lastly, results of the insurrection trial. Those are the
Right.
four topics that we had on deck. That's what we put on the group chat. But like we
Right.
said, we're gonna start off with Brother Sanchez, and we might get to those topics or we might not. So we're gonna kind of play it by ear. Brother
Before
Sanchez.
we get to brother Sanchez, let me just because before we was coming on, I was just telling the brother why we invited him on and everything like that. So brother Sanchez, the reason I invited you on is because, like I said, I've been watching your podcast and everything lately, and I really like the information that you be putting out there because it be on like some other like you be dropping them bombs, you know what I'm saying, and that should
Appreciate
be
it.
like on another that should make you think, right? It's outside the box type of thinking, and that always piques my curiosity. And one other thing is the way that I actually even found your podcast was from looking at Billy Carson's podcast, and I
Hmm.
seen I seen one of the I seen one of the podcasts that you had referring to Billy's podcast, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. And I agree with some of the stuff that Billy says, but I can see where y'all have conflicting opinions about different stuff. So I just wanted to touch on that and see maybe if even I can get y'all together one day and moderate a podcast between y'all two. You know what I mean? To actually bust it up because you know it don't have to be like in my opinion. This is just my opinion. It even though people have different opinions and different beliefs, that doesn't mean that we have to do it in a spirit of
Being disagreeable.
uh, right. You can disagree. You can agree to disagree,
Right.
and you can also, come to a common ground, maybe, or
Right.
come to like
An
a
understanding,
an
a mutual respect.
understanding
Right.
of each other's point of view.
Right.
You get what I'm
Now,
saying?
Mike.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Mike. Okay, but right before we go to Brother Sanchez, because prior to you, and there might be 2 or 3 people in this world that don't know who Brother Sanchez is, or actually we can roll that out to Brother Sanchez and let him do a brief introduction about himself,
Right.
some of his thoughts, and
Mhm.
again give us kind of like the 30,000 view perspective as far as why he's on visiting on the digital neighborhood today. Brother Sanchez, you still there?
Yeah, I'm about to cam up right now.
Okay, so yeah, so can you do that?
Yeah.
Give a brief introduction, who you are, your views, and then we'll kind of go from there.
And I'm going to put the in a few minutes I'm going to let brother Sanchez, get his introduction and promote, his channel, and then I'm going to put the link out there so everybody can join the conversation.
All right, okay, brother Sanchez, what you got, man? Like, do a brief, give us the elevator introduction about yourself, man.
Ever since I was a child, I was fascinated with the stars. Anybody that know me will tell you that. I asked adults questions they couldn't answer, and it was frustrating. I asked my pastors questions they couldn't answer. I was always thinking deep, and I wasn't satisfied with the spookism, pseudoscience beliefs. When I left the church, I went into the Kemetic community, and I was actually a follower of the likes of people like John, Dr. Ben and stuff like that, the different Kemetic folks out there. But I served in the Air Force as well, just a little bit about my work history. And my whole career took off with the flat earth thing, of course, but I don't consider my particular umbrella flat earth per se. I consider it ancient cosmology,
Okay.
antique cosmology, right? Like antique cars. And I think if a child want to learn about vehicles, it'll be a tragedy for them to not start at the Model T Ford. Let's go with the antiques. Let's show them the history, work our way up to where we get today. And I feel the same with cosmology. Antique cosmology is a lost part of history, not taught. That part of history isn't taught is because actually, when you look at the antique cosmology, it's a better explanation for reality than the modern cosmology, which is based upon Copernicanism, Newtonism, and a bunch of theoretical science, not observational science. But that's just me in a nutshell. I consider myself a voice for the ancestors. And the reason I consider myself a voice for the ancestors is because I'm willing to be laughed at to teach the ancestors cosmology or the ancient cosmology. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you can connect with ancient people until you connect with their cosmology, because their spirituality, their spiritual system was embedded into their viewpoint on the stars, the earth, and the cosmology. So whether you agree with their cosmology or not is one thing. If you want to connect with them and understand how the ancestors saw reality, ain't nowhere around the fact that you got to study the way they saw reality, which is ancient cosmology. Okay. And then we can debate whether that's the shape, whether they was right about their viewpoint on reality or not later. But the first understanding I like to let folks know is you can't connect without it. But yeah,
without that. Okay. Now, so would you say then that for the most part, your notoriety came as a result of being, as you said, a member or a part of the quote unquote flat Earth society? Is that
wrong?
No.
My notoriety came for exposing how the flat Earth society is government control, and it ain't got nothing to do with ancient cosmology. Okay, that's the thing. You know, like I know, with every grassroots, pure, genuine movement out there, that the government have a control opposition group to counsel that. Okay. You guys know that, right?
Right. Yep.
Right. That's what the flat Earth society is.
Okay.
We don't rock with that. Yeah.
Let me ask you then. I think a lot of people heard about the Flat Earth Society or that as a result of Kyrie. Remember, Teal, we kind of talked about that. That's kind of that brought that to being or to the forefront for a lot of folk as a result of that. Can you give us a brief, I guess, synopsis or overview when you say Flat Earth Society? What is their belief? What is their core belief?
Well, the Flat Earth Society is actually a government organization, and they believe that we're inside of a glass dome, trapped inside. I don't believe none of that. It's two totally different ball games here, and that's a lot of people don't know that about Flat Earth. They group us all in one box, you know what I'm saying? But actually, when you're dealing with flat power, that's the black side of Flat Earth. See, a lot of y'all come into this thing with the Christian, the white boy, little glass dome crap. No, we dealing with Nut and Gab. We're dealing with Mesopotamian cosmology, Sarah cosmology. We're dealing with Plato's cosmology, which was stolen from Mesoamerican cosmology, Tibetan cosmology, the cosmology of Angkor Wat. So this what I do is for people that's interested who says, look, I wonder how the Olmec saw the world. I wonder how the Mayans saw the world before we had indoctrination and westernized curriculum.
Right.
All right.
Now let me ask you a question. From the I know that, like you said, that like the flat earthers or those, you know, with the glass dome dudes, describe how yours is actually different, because I seen where you said like the North Pole is actually everything goes through the vortex of the North Pole, right? Okay. And so, but I never hear you speak about too much of the South Pole, right? Mm-hmm. Like how does the South Pole?
There is no South. There is no South Pole. There's only one pole, and that's the thing about ancient cosmology. Yeah, the South Pole there is no South Pole.
What do you mean by that?
There is no South Pole. There's only one pole. That's the North Pole. And matter of fact, you know what? Instead of saying what I mean by it and all that, you know what I'll do? I'll go ahead and I think I'll pull some screen shares up for y'all. I didn't know how we was gonna be conducting this, but I'm always ready with screen shares, so no problem.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, like, you know what I mean, just trying to give our folks some information, you know what I mean? No problem. And so they can make a you know, an informed, you know, decision on things too. But when you say there's no South, there's no South Pole,
I got you. I'm gonna show you that.
But there's
because I don't want to just say
that. South Pole, I believe, right?
I don't want. No, it's nobody that live on the South Pole. It's people that think that it's just like people think they live on a globe. All right, they live on a plane enclosed in a net, and that's how we get the word planet. That's a nut enclosing gab. Gab is the plane. Let me get my screen shares going, and you won't have to ask too many questions. I'll show you why people have been navigating. See, I'm gonna show you the problem you guys are having. Let me get my screen share going. You can see it. You got some little music going back there?
Yeah, you hear it? You hear it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it too loud?
I was just making sure. Yeah.
Yeah. That's our theme music, man. Yeah.
Y'all see my screen share?
No. Yeah. I see. We still see you. We see your camera.
Y'all don't see my screen share?
No, I see you though. I still.
Well, I'm screen sharing. I think y'all need to click on my screen share. It's got the option there.
Oh, there it is. All right. Yeah. Add to stream. All right, I got you. All right.
Here's why I say there's only one pole. Now I'm gonna show you why I don't just say that, but the ancestors say that too. Okay. Here's your globe. If there were two poles, right? When I go below this equator, then my compass will start pointing to the South Pole. That has never happened. Now, when I go above this equator, my compass will point to the North Pole. But the moment I cross that line, my compass just now start being magnetically pointed to the South Pole. People below the equator don't navigate using the South Pole. Everybody on the earth navigate using the North Pole, or what we call North Star technology. No one has never navigated using no doggone South Star. Show it to me and I'll show you some dead, lost people.
So, okay.
No. Well, you got a question, go ahead. But I'm making them very, very simple though. Go ahead.
Okay. I have a question then. But then if like you said, if the thought is that we all exist on a plane, why would
Wait. Let me answer one question at a time, please.
Okay.
Just because one problem people have, I've been studying ancient cosmology for years. You ain't gonna understand this thing asking a few quick questions. I'm gonna need y'all to look at what I'm saying here with the globe and pay attention and comprehend, and then let me know that you comprehend before I go anywhere further. We're gonna we're gonna walk slow with this, right? Because you do get what I'm saying, the problem with the globe and the South Pole, with what I'm pointing out here, right?
Well, I know that the magnetic pole is from the south. I mean, from the North Pole.
We ain't got to deal with all that. Here's my question: do you know what star people use to navigate for centuries? What's the name of that star? Yeah, Polaris. No matter where they are on Earth, they found Polaris to make it home.
Right.
Why would somebody below the equator be looking way up here for the North Star? You got to comprehend this part before I go any further, because flat Earth ain't for everybody. And I need to know who I'm dealing with and what can you comprehend or not, so I know how advanced I need to go with you.
I hear what you're saying. I hear you.
I need to know that you know this is stupidity for a person below this equator to still be looking for a North Star or a North Pole to navigate by, correct?
Well, yeah, because it would be difficult for them to see around. I see what you're saying. Like,
give this man $1 million, man.
If you see down here on Africa, on South Africa down here, what is that? At the tip of Africa down there. You see right down there at the bottom. Look at the bottom.
I got you right down there. Yeah. If you standing on that,
if I was standing looking for the North Star, which is up here. Right.
It'll be impossible, damn near.
It would be impossible to see. I see that part.
And yeah, you would say to yourself, we go by landmarks. Like in my city, right? The biggest landmark is the stratosphere. You can see that mug from anywhere. So when I first moved to Vegas, anytime I got lost, I saw that big building sticking up from anywhere in Vegas. I know if I go toward that building, it's gonna get me back where I know where things are. People use landmarks not on the ground, but landmarks in the sky too. And Polaris is the biggest landmark in the center of a flat Earth. Let me go to my screen share, because I don't have the problem that globalists may have. If I go to this map,
what do you mean by that? You don't have a problem that the globalists have. What do you mean?
Right. I'm gonna explain. Just let me cook. The reason I don't have the problem that the globalists have is because look at this map, for example. This is my motto. This is what I'm wearing on my shirt. Let me explain this. When I say there's only one pole, this is where monotheism come from, guys. All of our ancestors were monotheistic. This is a monopole, and the people who had this cosmology, this is the way they saw the Earth. And all of these triangles are time zones. All right, each of these time zones are being created from the center. Time is being cut like a pie into zones, and the place where the time began is in the middle of the pie, where time don't exist. That's the hand that's spinning the clock hands, the hour hand and the minute hand. It's the sun and moon, and we're basically walking on the face of a huge clock. This is how the ancestors saw the Earth, and the reason I adopted this cosmology because it makes more sense than the globe. If somebody asked me the question I just asked y'all, why don't people below the equator use the South Star and the South Pole to navigate? See, I'll never be faced with a question that hard The reason that question is hard because we ain't on a globe. A compass is meant to be laid flat, held flat and level, and you use it with a flat map. No one navigates use a globe. We navigate with flat maps, and we use compasses that's based on a level plane. The compass is made just like this map right here, and I'm gonna show you something. All of the lines you see on that map are called magnetic ley lines. I was in the military. Were any of you guys?
No,
but I know about the
I don't
magnetic
want.
ley lines.
I just wanted to keep moving real quick. I hope I ain't come to debate y'all.
No,
you brought me on
I'm
to teach you this,
trying
right?
to get some information. Yeah.
Right on. So, because when I go to cooking, I want to cook with it. So because check this out. Do any of you guys know what shooting in azimuth is?
No.
Then fall back a minute. If you don't know how to shoot an azimuth, that means if I drop both of y'all off in the jungle with a compass, you'll still be lost. Shooting your azimuth is how to use grid point coordinates on a flat plane. I never understood how my compass worked on a globe, and guess what? My sergeant didn't either. He didn't bother to explain it. He just showed me how to shoot the azimuth. You know what this is called? An AE map. Do you guys know what AE stand for?
No, what do AE stand for?
Azimuth equidistance.
Damn.
This map is based upon a compass and azimuth points, which is what the magnetic ley lines are. They're azimuth points to a compass. I can never get lost on this earth. You could take Brother Sanchez anywhere on this earth, and Brother Sanchez will get you back home with a compass. Now, global is going to get you lost in a motherfucker. Just let's put that on the table.
Well, why? If they got a compass and it's pointing north, then they know which way is north, right?
I'm going to show you why global is going to get you lost. Because at a certain point on this earth, your knowledge that you on a plane going to have to come in account. Because you reach a certain point on this earth where the North Star is below the horizon line. But I ain't going to go getting into all that right now. It's my opinion saying a globalist will get lost, and that's a stupid opinion. I'm just kind of trolling, being funny. It was a globalist that taught me how to use a damn compass. He didn't know he was on a flat earth, though. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So, but let me just get back to the ancestors' view, though. You can't have, you guys are smart. You know why? The brother said, look, I don't know how to shoot an azimuth, but I know about magnetic ley lines. So now that's good, right? Because you know that they are lines, right? That's important to know that they are ley lines, and guess what? Not ley circles. Let's look at a globe. Let's look at it. These words are very important. It's important to know the difference between a line and a circle. Now, isn't that right, gentlemen?
I can see how they curve when it's when those lines are put on a globe.
It ain't lines; they're lace circles.
Right.
Well, but they're not going horizontal though. They're going on an angle.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
So of course they would be a little off like that.
Well, right? No, I didn't say they're a little off. I don't even know what you're talking about. Let me ask the question to make sure you know why I brought this up.
We listen to you.
We listen to my point.
No. Let's dialogue. You have this picture up here. Now, and again, maybe once you explain it to me, I will understand it. But I'm looking at this globe here, and you ask why these lines are not straight.
I didn't ask that.
Well, Terry did, and I said, well, the way that they got them laid out, they're not going horizontal. They're not going in the same direction, parallel to the equator. So if you do that, if you did them the other way, they would still be off, right? No.
No, but my thing is you're missing the point here. The point is they are called magnetic ley lines. These are not
90-degree angle.
These are not. I think he's missing a point too. Let me explain the point once again to y'all. They call these magnetic ley lines, but they're not lines, guys. You do know the difference between a line and a circle, right?
Yeah.
Like this is a circle right here. This is a line. These are magnetic ley circles. Let me show you what a magnetic ley line is. It's right here on the flat earth map. These are lines like root lines, like roots from a tree. Now, the tree of life is in the middle of this map. The tree of life is a huge accumulation of electromagnetic energy at the center of our earth. That's why our compasses are pointing north right now. They're responding to an electromagnetic vortex. The ancestors said that vortex is responsible for all of creation, like the stem to a flower.
Right.
So going back to this North Pole 0 degrees, you're not in any of the grid point coordinates. You're no longer, all of these are locations around a map represent time, space. In the middle of this map, there are no grid point coordinates. You are now at 0 degrees. You will be standing right beneath Polaris. All of our magnetic ley lines were born from this one point where my mouse is. These are like roots branching out from around a tree trunk. This is why the North Pole was said to be the tree of life.
All right, let me ask you one question though, right? So the North Star is not always in the same place.
It is. We're told it's not. We're told a lot of dumb lies in this world. I know y'all know that though. Yeah. We're told that a man is born gay by these same scientists, brother. And that nature did him like that. So let's start to listen, for our people to move forward, we got to question the shit we're being told. Absolutely. Not just take it hook, line, and sinker. Right.
Question everything, right?
There we go.
Question everything. You got to question everything. Agreed. So the premise of the fact that, again, I guess as a person that believes that the earth is flat, there would be no point at the top. Like you said, it would just be absolute zero, but there's nothing underneath, right?
When you say nothing underneath, can you expound on that? And salutes to you guys, man. This is a good deal, by the way. I'm just passionate with it.
Well, if the earth is not round, there is no top and there's no bottom.
Yeah, there is a top. Listen, let me go to this next one here before y'all make conclusions. Can you see my screen share?
Yeah.
This is the Hebrew cosmos. Y'all familiar with the biblical Hebrews?
Yep.
We got a group of our people say that we're the original Hebrews. Well, here is the Hebrew cosmology right here. This is when you say there's no top, bottom, and all that, everything you got on a globe, you got on flat earth. The globe model just turns you inside out. So when you talk about a globe, I do believe in a globe. Here it is right here. I believe I live inside of a globe and not on top of one. See, our ancestors called this the cosmic egg, and all life live inside of the egg, not on the surface of it.
So with that being said, then if we live inside of something, then atmosphere, the sky, and all of that, where is that? The sun, where is that? Is that in this?
You're looking at it right now. You're looking at it right now.
So the sun, the moon, and all that stuff is in this globe with us.
I'm gonna show you. Also, I'm about to show you something else too.
Oh, okay. So
hold on, I got you before you go there. I got something real good for y'all. Hold on, watch this. Watch this video. I'm gonna prove to you that the answer. See, when I show stuff, I like to prove it. It's wrong for me to show you that Hebrew cosmos and then just talk about it and don't go proving nothing. What people follow me for, because I prove the ancestors' cosmology. Let me show you something. Here go pilots right here, guys. Let me show you something. There go the sun over there that they looking down at. I'm gonna say that again. They looking down at the sun. Right. Hold on, we're gonna get a very good pan in a minute.
But if they were looking down on the sun, then how?
Hold on. Because I smoke, I drink, and when I'm talking, let me do this. You're not asking me questions on what they're doing right now because we're watching it. That's the beauty of video camera today, that we're seeing this. Now the thing is, we need to question what it is we're seeing and why we seeing this. We shouldn't be seeing it. I know what's happening.
Sun, right?
That's the sun. Now I know what's happening in your mind right now. In your mind, you're like, how the fuck no? This not can't. You know why? Because we've been told wrong. Now let me go back to this real quick. Here go what the Hebrew said. The Hebrew said the sun is just a little ball of light. It's a light being a luminary. It's just a ball of projected light. And it's right on the level of the clouds. Meaning, if the Hebrews are right, on a flat earth, it's possible to fly above the sun and look down at it. If the Hebrews are right. Now, on a globe earth, that would never be possible because they're telling you the sun 93 million miles away. And we know these pilots ain't 93 million miles away. So wait a minute, brother. I'm finna conclude. You brought me on the see, I'm the one that's the professor here with this ancient cosmology. We all learned the globe in school. Now let's learn the ancient one. And I know the new thing's gonna give you cognitive dissonance. It did it to me too. But check out what I'm showing. I'm not gonna argue with this footage. There's no point on a globe that I should be looking down at the sun. Now that can be explained.
How do you know that's the sun? There, I mean, well, then if you say question everything, how do they know?
How do you know that's the sun?
Right.
You know what? You know what? Okay. Let me answer your question. That's an easy one to answer. Watch this.
Terry, so you
hold on, no, you can't. No, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna make me not want to come back though.
No,
I hate to be bogarted with questions. One at a time.
You're not. This question was to Terry. You know, this thing is three ways. So Terry, did you not? I mean, what did you think about that question when I said, "How do you know that's the sun?" I mean,
I want to answer that one because I'm the one should be answering that.
Yeah, nope. That question.
Hey man, I'll holler at y'all, brothers. Man, this is crazy. How is he answering questions about my stuff I'm presenting?
Because it's a three-way conversation.
No, he was asking.
But listen. Him answering you, whether or not that's the sun or not, no one cares. Brother Sanchez is here to explain all this. Y'all can talk about that when I'm gone. Let me teach why I know that's the sun, and because my time precious, man. I came to lay this stuff down, not to hear him speculate on some why it ain't the sun when he didn't even know what a video was. That ain't important, man. Do you want to know about flat earth or not? Do you want to bring up the Hebrews and let me teach why that sun is there? Like, it's a dumb, if you're going to ask the dumb question, at least let me answer it. Damn. But wasting my time is filibustering. Yeah, man. My chat room feel the same way I feel. I don't know about yours, but we don't play with this, man. I get invited to a lot of big places, bro. I'm doing this out of my heart. I don't need this. Helping y'all out. Let me get cocky and egotistic.
Yo, you going off on a tangent, man. Let's get back into the thing.
Right. I see the play though. And I ain't gonna let you do that. I'm gonna let you
play. There's no play.
Cause guess what I know? I know if Billy Carson was on here right now, he'll get different treatment. I'm tired of folks trying to play.
That's not true. That's
all
not
right.
true.
Well, I apologize if that ain't true. My thing is to me.
We listen. We're not as steeped in this as you are. The reason that we brought you on is so we can get information. If we got, you can't get upset for people having questions. I mean,
if they got questions for me. But listen, my thing is, if you got questions for me, I'm not upset. But if someone else asking other people questions, I'm like, why am I here to teach? I want all the questions. I'm greedy with the questions.
He asked me if I thought that was the sun. That's all. I mean, it's not that deep.
Why? Now watch this though. Why did you ask him that, brother?
Said no. I asked him. What did he?
Why did you ask him that?
You asked me a question. Let me answer it. I asked him, what did he think about my question? Did he understand what I was asking? That was my question.
I want to know why did you ask him about the legitimacy of the sun in my video?
That's not what I asked him. I asked him. I said, did he understand my question? I just want to. Maybe it was me. Maybe you two understood something that I didn't. The only way that I can find that out is to ask the question to my man. That's it. That was it.
Okay.
And then it went left for some reason or another.
Okay, let's get back on track.
Right,
let's get back on track. I'm gonna make up for this. The reason it went left, and I'll get back on track with the sun, is because I'm pulling up damnable evidence for the globe, and it ain't being acknowledged, and I don't like that kind of phoniness.
It's not.
Like,
it's not that
hold,
it's not
see,
being.
Hold on, wait a minute, brother. Let me just finish what I'm saying. I just did a revelation here. I showed you if the Hebrews model is right, I would have a difficult task. If somebody said, "Look, brother Sanchez, you're gonna have to show me where the sun is right within the clouds," like that looks stupid, bro. I know the ancestors, I love the ancestors too, but brother, the sun is right there within the clouds. Like somebody can hold me on that. They can be like, bro, you got to show me where somebody looking down at the sun, because pilots are flying above the clouds. And if the Hebrew got the sun on the level of the clouds, at least show me some footage or picture or something, my brother, where somebody looking down at the sun. I can do that.
I got a question.
I did this in an airplane myself too. And I want to tell everybody watching, when you fly, observe, get you a window seat.
Let's get back to the video though.
That's what I'm talking about right now. I'm critiquing the video. There may be people that and that's what I'm saying. When I'm talking, man, let me rock though. Don't put a pistol to my head, because I ain't in no interrogation.
We trying to. You off on this other stuff, man. We trying to get.
I'm talking about the sun right now. I'm talking about how people could call me for pulling up this Hebrew cosmos here. We're dealing with flat Earth right now, guys. Get your heads out your butts. What I'm saying is this.
Wow.
Oh man, I apologize if that hurt y'all feeling, man. Come on, man. That was just, come on, bro. Lighten up. Y'all gonna be sensitive over there. Come on, man. Come on now. Come on. Let's drop some bombs or some.
It's about,
come on, guys. I want to
man.
teach.
You know what I'm saying? That's all it is.
You know what, man? This is becoming difficult at this time. Y'all doing a lot. I'm just like, I'm struggling to just go on with the teaching here. You invited me here about flat Earth, man.
Yeah, and we're trying to let you go ahead.
Really,
man.
what we were trying to do, brother Sanchez. No, listen, no.
It's getting real sensitive, though.
We brought you on, brother Sanchez, to talk about the issue. Talk. We don't bring anybody on our podcast. I don't know how other ones do it. And just listen.
Leave me alone, baby. I can't hear them, man.
Now you don't want to hear me talk.
Stop. Now you don't hear me talk. Let me make the mistake and tell me later. But leave me alone now, man. Shut my door, man.
It goes both ways, you know. So we brought on to spark a conversation to go both ways, not just to sit here and, as you said, question everything. So if I see something and I don't understand something, or if I disagree with it, you're supposed to ask a question, and then the person with the knowledge use that knowledge to answer my questions, not to just sit down with my arms folded and just listen to somebody spout out stuff and then just take it as gospel. That's not the way we do things. We brought you on to talk with you, not for you to talk to us. That was the whole point of it. You know, we expected this to be both ways.
My thing is this. When I go to going into flat Earth, I make very good points. I point out the sun below the clouds. No one talk about that. At the end of what I'm doing, you say to this man, do you believe that sun is the sun? And it's like, wow, you don't want to talk about the footage, the Hebrew. If that's what you're going to say at the end of my thing, you're going to question him about what I'm presenting. To me, that's disrespectful. It's almost like if I show the truth about my cosmology and what I believe here with flat Earth, your way to counter that is to ask him an irrelevant question instead of let's go in and put attention on a dagger that I just made about the globe. Okay. It was just like, hold on, see, that's just like now. Okay. Everybody's saying I'm tripping, right? I'm struggling to talk. It's other shit I can be doing. That's all I'm saying. I said I'm gonna stop going on people's shows because I notice I don't get the same treatment everybody else get. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was brought about the Billy Carson comment. People saying I'm tripping, but this is why I don't go on folks' shows. My information is the new information. I feel like when you ask me a question, you be quiet until I finish that question. To me, it's disrespectful if somebody cut me off mid while I'm answering their first question with another one. Because in my mind, it's like, damn, they ain't listening to me when I'm answering them. Because you can't be listening if you questioning me over my answer. And I've been on shows where I can never hold on. Let me just get this out.
You've been ranting for like.
See what I'm saying, y'all?
No.
I'm out, man.
Listen for a second.
All right, okay, be safe, man. No. We good. We good. That was all right. So
I'll be cutting all that out.
No. All right. So what you want to do, man? We got a half hour left. All right. With the goal. All right. For those that were on, the goal was to talk about the flat Earth. Like we said, that kind of hit the news a lot with Kyrie Irving because he said he was a member of the Flat Earth Society. So we thought we would be able to bring somebody on and have a conversation. Have a conversation about it, right? So that went a different way. Maybe the format was a little different than what was expected, but that's fine. That's cool. So what you want to do, man? You want to double back?
Let's do our show, man. We just run instead of stopping at 9. We'll stop when we get done our topics, and then we do the regular. We do the regular. Like we regroup. No, like I got some shit to do.
No, we just regroup, man. We regroup. That's cool. All right, now you go to 4. Financial strategies to protect your marriage.
Right.
How to improve the man in your mirror.
Right.
If you die today,
right.
Meaning make it personal. If you die today,
right.
And results of the insurrection trial. Where you want to go, man? Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, Mike, and then we did pick a topic.
Man, man. You got me a little. You know what I mean?
Take a deep breath. What about the Sixers, Mike?
I'm trying to have my vibration. I'm trying to keep my vibration high, man.
Hey, Mike, what about the Sixers, man?
Yo, my bad. Right. That was my bad, man. That's
no,
my bad.
But listen, all right. So all
right. Let's do the results of the Well, it ain't no really results.
Right. Have you paid attention or have you seen?
Yeah, man, it's bullshit. Like, yo, man, my thing is, all right. First, what we doing? The results of the insurrection trial. Okay.
Right.
So the thing is, man, how you gonna have all this evidence, right? And I know everybody get a fair trial, this and that, but you got people who testified. The people who actually came that got subpoenaed and showed up to testify.
That part.
Some people didn't even bother to do that.
Right, which is crazy.
What I'm saying, and if that was somebody else, they'd be done. Right.
My man said we must be Masons.
And
he said we must be Masons.
And the other thing is, like, you know what I mean? Like, if it was just let's say, now I'm not even gonna bring race into it. But the thing is, they can get on a stand or in his deposition and blatantly lie with no consequence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because everybody remembers how it went down,
right?
Who did what.
We experienced it. We lived it.
We lived it.
Absolutely.
And we had multiple reporting on it. You know what I mean? You had people that are paid to get this information, and they presented this information months ago.
Right.
But now the trial is going on, and people are talking about, well, Ivanka meant this, or Jared Kushner meant this, or I don't, there was no malice. There was just a peaceful gathering of people. Come on, man. They had a galley out there. They had a galley out there for
Mike Pence.
Mike Pence. Right.
You must be reading the comments. But actually, and I noticed when you said you don't want to bring race into it, but it goes back to what we always talk about, the two separate judicial systems. You know, you have these people, like you said, first of all, lying to Congress, lying to officials. You know, that's against the law. People, you know, that's called what is that? Perjury. You know, in the court
But
of
will
law.
they? But will they be held
Probably not.
accountable?
Yeah, probably
No,
not. Probably
no.
not. Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. Like our
See,
government.
but how do people? I mean, what does it say about folk that said we don't even want it up there? You know, we don't even want to broadcast. We don't even want to talk about the whole thing. You know, you know, Fox News didn't show it at all. What does it say about a news organization that is basically denying one of the biggest news stories that we've had in like years? I mean, how do those people say that that news program that they're following is credible if they don't want to show any of it at all? I mean, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know, that's like, how can you call yourself news? If anything, you would think if you were a fan of that whole thing that happened in January 6th, you'd be saying, okay, good. Today we're gonna have our chance to put the facts out. But to say sweep it under the rug and don't do anything with it at all is crazy. What did they
Right.
still talk about it? I
Right.
see some comments over there.
Hmm?
I see some comments over there, you know. But anyway, you know, so that whole thing there though, man, you know, it's amazing. You know, I'm watching it, and one of the concerns they have it now was that is the not the judicial is Merrick Garland, Attorney General, gonna take some of these facts and then you know apply the law, because if that's the case, then there's some people that need to go to jail.
Stace, I'm gonna tell you this. And this is this what I'm about to say will sum up the whole thing, and it'll sum up the whole idea of what they're doing, which is this: just the fact that the president of the United States had people come down and
Mm,
try to actually was an active member in performing a coup of
mm,
the United States, uh, you know,
mhm.
government.
Right.
He was trying to perform a coup and
That's
was
right.
almost successful.
That's right.
That's that to me is not an insurrection. That's
Mm.
treason.
It's treason. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that should be the fact that that is not the charge. The mere fact that that is not the charge. Uh, the fact that that is not a charge tells you everything you need to know right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, and the crazy thing about that though is that, like you said, I mean, the people that support that, you know, they call themselves the law and order and all of that other kind of stuff, but yet here you are saying, you know, let's not even investigate, you know, let's not do anything with it, or to I mean, it further goes to what some folks saying, you know, believe when they're saying it has become a cult, because they're saying it wasn't a riot or it wasn't an insurrection. You know,
Right.
I mean, how can you do that? You're watching videos. You're watching a video,
Right.
not
You got
something. You
video
know, you
evidence.
got
First of
video
all, you got video.
evidence.
Right.
You know, and
Right.
not just one, because let's be honest. In this day and age, people can change video footage. You know, they can do different things to it to make it look like it's something that it's not. You have video footage from a lot of different sources showing the same footage, and you're gonna say it's not a riot. What
Right.
does it say about those people? What does it say about the supporters of that party? You know, what does it say about them? I mean,
Right.
that's one
Right.
of the most anti-American things that you can do, but you call yourself an American.
Right.
That's amazing.
Right. That's
You
true.
know,
That's true.
what you reading? You reading the comments, Night?
Yeah. They want to know. Hey, did he jump off or what, or did you kick him off?
No, he got on. I didn't click him on.
He got off.
Yeah,
They want bro Sanchez back, but you know he the one that jumped off.
yeah. No,
Uh,
I didn't take him off. No, I
he
sat
left.
back. I sat back. Right. Yeah, yeah. But you know, I mean, I guess if we were going to consider doing that again, we would have to have an understanding that is
Right.
going to work a little differently. We ask questions. We're inquisitive. We want to know if you say something. We want to have freedom to converse with you, to interact with you. This isn't. I understand.
Right,
You
like
want to
we
call
like
yourself a
like we
teacher.
said, we're trying to have a
Dialogue.
conversation,
Right.
and I think he would do better, like because we had questions. It wasn't
Right.
no, it's no malice.
Right. Yeah. I mean, because again, if we have questions, then other people probably have the same questions. So this would be an
Right, that's
opportunity.
what I'm saying. Like
You know, this is an opportunity to teach. If you say you're a teacher can't get mad if you ask a question. You say 5 times 5 is 25. I have a question about that. We mean you have a question? No, teacher's supposed to elaborate and explain that. Make me understand. So, like I
right.
said, if
And
the
it,
40,
and the thing is, it wasn't even like it was, it wasn't even like it was a teachers teach. They don't. Okay, all right. Anyway,
maybe
like
grade school teachers don't,
right.
but
But
no, but when you in a professor, when you in a college setting, or when you're teaching,
no, Stace, when you talking to grown ass
you
men,
talking it right. When you talking
when you
to
talking to
adults,
grown ass men,
it goes back and forth,
a
right?
conversation
Back
is
and forth, right?
binary.
Especially
A
when,
conversation is binary.
like,
There's a
especially
handshake. Right, right, right,
when
right, right,
someone says question everything, what he said, well, then you have to give me the opportunity to question it.
right,
Because
right.
if not, you're saying you're doing what everybody else is doing. Here's the information, soak it up and believe it. Period. No, we're
Right.
supposed to.
And the thing is, like, it wasn't even I I still got questions. Like, you know what I mean?
Right,
And if you're trying to get people to understand your cosmology, or
right.
understand, how
You have to
you
explain it.
believe this
Right,
thing
right.
is taking place.
Explain it.
I mean, why do you have a problem with questions? Like, I'm not a flat earth, uh
Right.
like
Me
I'm
either.
not a flat earth scholar, you know what I mean?
Right,
And I'm
right.
not saying it's not flat.
But
I'm
I'm
not
open.
saying it's
There you
round,
go. Right, correct.
but
I'm
you know what
open
I'm
to.
saying?
I'm
But
open. I'm
I'm
open.
trying to get to
Right,
we
right,
trying to
right,
get to
right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, because to be frank with you, maybe you'll say something to make me say, "Wow, I think I agree with you. Maybe it is flat." But I'll never
Right,
get to that
right.
point
And that's
if
the
you
thing.
can't
That's the
answer the
thing.
question
Like,
and make me
and
see things your way.
right, right.
And I think that it, you have to be well versed in something to be able to bring it, explain it to somebody like their kid, which is what I need. If
Right.
you
We
want me
we
to
would be
understand it,
considered laymen, right?
right, absolutely, right. I have no
So
idea what you're talking about. So explain it
if
to me.
you in a if like I said, I just started taking this college class, right?
Mm.
So if I ask my professor, if I say, I read this chapter that you gave us to read, and I had a question about, um, one of the theories, right?
Right, right,
I don't expect to be berated
right.
because I have a question. You get what I'm saying? Like,
You
so
know what? And I think, like,
it's
you know what though, and even taking a step out and looking at it from a higher point of view, I think we folk we have to get better. We have to get better with communicating with each other. We have to get
right.
better with understanding each other. We have to, we talked about
And
it
that's it.
before.
And see that's what I was trying. And I know I'm getting off on a tangent, but that's what I was trying to explain to him when I brought up Billy Carson. Right.
Mm,
That is what I see is the problem with us as a people. Right. If we have this, we don't know how to talk about our disagreements,
that's right.
right?
Right.
So
Right.
I was even talking about, moderating a show between him and Billy, just to just to see if they can come to some common ground,
Mm,
right? Without all this vitriol and you know what if you have a that's just like religion, right?
right. True.
It's just like
True. True.
religion.
True. 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 True.
So
True. True.
I don't have a problem with a Christian. I'm
Mm,
not Christian. I don't
right.
have a problem with a Muslim. I'm
But
not
you know what,
Muslim.
Knight? As you
But
said, the word that you used earlier is the case. Is respect. You
It's
know,
respect, and
I'm
you
not a
sometimes you
Muslim,
have to look
but
at
I
you have
respect that person's point of
right,
view, and
right,
they have to respect mine because we still have to coexist. You know,
right,
but for me to say, "Here's my book," you know, this is the truth, and don't even question it. I mean, you know, like you said, that's, you know, you always talk about people using religion and different things like that to separate. This was it right here. You know, here we are, maybe not coming from a perspective of being a supporter of flat Earth, but asking questions to try to understand, and hearing basically, don't ask questions. You
right.
know, that's we have to do better with that. We have to do better with that. You know,
Maybe Anyway,
hold your question to the end. See now, okay, Miss Ravioli said, hold your questions to the end. Now, eh, eh, I
that's
get that.
true,
It,
but
but
that's not
you
what he
also have to
said.
take
That's
a
not
breath.
what he
But listen, but
said.
no, this is my thing. Like, you have to take a breath. You can't talk for 30 minutes. If I have a question about something you said at A, you get all the way to Y, and then I'm going back to A to ask my question. No, I mean, again, that's not dialogue either. For
Right,
you, you
right,
know, if a dialogue goes both ways, we asked when we first came on, give us the 30,000, give us the elevator pitch regarding your perspective, your point of view. So
right,
I expected something real quick, and then we could jump in and have a conversation about it. Ask questions, get answers. Ask questions, get answers. Not back and forth. So again, so when he was saying let me finish, but the problem was, if you run it back and look at it, and you said it, you were talking for, a long period of time, and when do we get a chance to ask a question?
right. That and
You
that's
know,
and that's the thing. That's the thing.
right.
But you know what? Uh, I mean, it's cool. It's cool. You know what I mean? Sometimes, things work
Things
out.
go
Sometimes it
right,
don't. And you know what
right.
I mean? I still am interested in like I said, I watch his podcast too. And some of the stuff that he be saying, I'll be like, damn, you know what I mean? He be right on point.
Right.
But if I have, and the reason I invited him on because I had questions, like the whole thing about Antarctica, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I I've never been there,
Mm-hmm.
but I believe that there's an Antarctica because there's people that actually are stationed there and actually I'm not sure if they live there or not, but I know it's people there. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And but all right, let's get to the next topic, man, and see if we can knock a couple more out real quick.
But we can do, man. We can hit, get through one more, man, and because if not, we gonna be, all right. We got financial strategies to protect your marriage.
Right,
How do you improve the man in your mirror? And if you die today, you know what? Let's hit if you die today, because we pushed that off from last week.
right,
We,
right,
we
right.
think, all right. What you got on that one, Night?
If you die today,
If you die today, what did you mean by with the question? What was?
all right. So that I asked that question because a lot of people are a lot of people are just living like on a hamster wheel.
Mm,
You know what I mean? They chasing the next dollar, and I don't think they have time to actually enjoy or or plan for the future or plan for their legacy. You know what I
mhm,
mean?
mhm,
Like that. What I say, like if you died today, like the brother Kevin Samuels, right?
mhm, mhm.
His legacy seems to have been kind of uh, detrimental to
His
well
legacy.
his legacy, kind of, because if you look at his funeral, for instance,
Hmm.
it was a sad thing to watch, man. If you was to actually see that thing, man, like, not first of all, not that many people came. People were talking about him like a dog. You know what I'm saying?
At the
And it's
funeral.
like, huh?
At the funeral.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, I
yep.
didn't see it.
And then another thing is like what? So if I die today, I feel like I'm gonna give you an example. I asked my wife today, and I was like, do you think um do you think I'll be a great man? Do you think I'll be a great man one day?
Mhm.
She told, you know what she told me?
Right.
She was like, "You a great man right now."
Mhm, mhm, mhm,
And that when she said that, I was like, I had no idea
mhm.
that she thought of me like that. Well, I
Mhm.
know she loved me and all like
Well,
that, but
of course,
I
of
had
course.
no idea that, you know, she
Mhm.
thought of me like that.
You had that
And
perception, right?
then, right. And then when I sat back, because I know we had this question on the show, I thought about it. And I feel like my legacy is going to be intact, or my
Mm,
legacy is going to be carried on through my children, because what I have instilled in them, first
mm,
of all,
mhm,
and from what I have been able to teach them,
mm,
right?
mm, mhm, mhm, mhm,
Then we got this show, and we're always trying to help other people. We're
mhm,
always trying to help our people do better. We're always looking for the next positive thing for our people,
mm,
not for ourselves, because like I always say, this is not something that I have to do.
mhm,
This is something we do because we love it,
mhm,
or this is our way of giving back to our community, giving back to our people. You get what I'm saying?
mhm, mhm.
So this is not something that we have to we have to uh we have to do. Like, there's nobody putting a gun to our head, or and we ain't making no money from this.
Mhm,
You know what I mean?
mhm, mhm.
Our thing,
Go ahead. I'm
our
listening.
thing is we for the people.
Mhm,
You know what I'm saying?
mhm, mhm.
So so yeah,
I'm gonna say something about that, but also, since the person, Ms. Ravioli, asked the question, I want to address it. I mean, we try to interact with the people that submit things, so we know we can. Or as far as if I die today, um,
right,
yeah, you're right. You are talking about legacy. I think, and even with that being said, like, one of the most profound things that I think you said is what you try to instill in your kids. So
right,
I think really the goal is to have done things to help others. It's doing, it's trying to do work. It's trying to do good works.
right,
Because
right,
to be honest with you, I think that's what people are going to remember you by. That's what
exactly,
carries on. I mean, and to
exactly,
be honest with you, if it's really thorough, somebody will pick it up and try to reinvent it and keep it going.
right.
So I
Like, that's what I'm saying. We ain't the only real brothers out here.
oh yeah,
You get
absolutely.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So if I was to die today, I do have a legacy of
Right,
real brothers, because this is something that we created,
right,
and because there's other real brothers out here, it's just like having a job. If
right.
if I die in this chair tonight, it'll be another real brother to take my place tomorrow. You get what
Absolutely.
I'm saying?
Right,
So
right, right.
that is a legacy in itself. You
Yeah,
get what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. I mean, and again, and you always talk about, chasing bags. I think that, we have
Right,
to realize that, and that goes to, interacting with your kids and everything else. That's really where, where the bread is buttered. That's
right,
what's really important.
right,
Try to spend as much time as you can instilling those positive ways to live, and those things to your offspring, and to others, not just yours. Because, as
right,
we always say, it takes a village. So any
right,
chance you get, I call them teachable moments. Any chance you
right,
get to speak wise words to someone, take an opportunity to do that. Because, like, to bring it full circle, if I die tonight, if I die today, I want people to look back and do that, just that, reflect on the things that I did. Now, are they going to
right.
talk about some of the crazy things I did? Yeah, because
Yeah,
of
I know
course,
you.
we,
Well, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. But
we're not
I've
perfect.
outgrown that.
You know?
I've outgrown my youth.
And well, that's not to say that we're not still doing some things that aren't perfect, because we're still gonna make mistakes. I mean,
Yeah.
that's life. That's life. Now, I just wanted to say something. Ms. Ravioli said, "Do you think it's possible that we have been conditioned to crave short untruths, partial truth as answers versus lengthy whole truth as answers?" I was, I don't think so. And that's not to say, Ms. Ravioli, that some folk do. Some people do. Some people want the shortcut. But I don't think that's the rule. I don't. I think, but I think as it relates to what we're doing here, we have an hour or slightly over,
Right. We have an hour show, and we
right?
try to get as much into that hour show as we
Correct.
can.
And Ms. Ravioli, you know that our goal is to stomp out short untruth. That's why we
That's what this
invite
whole thing is about,
discussion.
right?
That's
And
right.
that's one of the reasons why I invited him on. It's not that I don't believe in flat Earth
Right.
or I don't believe
Right.
what he's
We want
saying. It's
discussions.
just that I have questions. I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
The
so,
same way,
so you
Ms.
know,
Ravioli, the same way you typed your question in, I was talking about if I die today, but we brought your question up here. I mean, in all actuality, I would have loved for you to click on the link
and
and
come
joined
on.
us and
Yeah,
and
we
and talk about the whole thing, because this is what we welcome. Maybe you'll tell us something that we didn't consider to
yeah.
help
If you
us
want to
grow.
come here, I'm gonna put a link on because I see a lot of people with these crazy or I ain't even gonna say crazy comments, but a little bit disrespectful. But I'm gonna
I
let you
mean,
come on and say what you feel you
I mean,
need to
but
say.
let's say this though, Nike. Let's say this on Real Brothers, like you said, we're brothers, and
Right.
the goal is to be brotherly. We're not. We
Yeah,
don't want this to be a situation
we ain't
where
about arguing and,
arguing
and
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 yelling.
all of that.
No, that's not what this is.
We try to keep it civil.
We
That's
try to
the
keep it civil.
and that's the whole point. Us as black men have to learn how to
Talk.
agree to disagree,
Correct.
or how to conversate
Correct.
without getting upset, without
Right.
getting I mean
I
like
disagree with half the stuff you say, but we
yeah,
get up
we
here
we
every
we argue on here all the time.
we
Like
get up here every
we
week.
have two different points of views
Absolutely.
most of the time.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
but we can have a discussion
Correct.
without 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 like when he was like, y'all got your head up your ass and y'all dumbasses. That's not called for. Like, what I mean? That's not called for. Like, because I'm sure that's not something that he would say to me in person. You get what I'm saying? It's
Right.
all about being men. It's all
Right.
about being
Right.
men
Right.
and being
Right.
respectful.
Right.
Like, I
Right.
would never say that to him.
Right.
You know what I
Right. Right.
mean?
Right. Right.
Not
Right.
because I'm
Right.
scared he gonna whoop my ass or nothing. I wouldn't
Right.
say it to him just because he's a man, and I wouldn't disrespect my
And
brother
you're gonna
like
show
that.
them that
You know what
respect.
I
That's
mean?
right. That's right. That's right.
Everybody that come on this show, I consider to be a brother. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean? A real brother. You know what I'm saying? So
So, Miss
that's where we
Ravioli,
try to keep it.
we put the link up, and we read your statement or your question. I hope I addressed it. But like I said, the link is there now. All you have to do is click on the link, and you don't have to show your face if you don't want to. You can come on, and we can talk about it. If there's something that you wanted to express regarding that whole conversation we had, is here for you, or anyone else.
Yeah. So
Because to be
like
frank with you, to be frank with you,
it's not like
we're not gonna curl away from anybody. I mean,
right,
that's
and
the
that
bottom
that
line.
didn't
Yeah.
that didn't really go as good as I would have liked.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I still have questions. Like I still would like to know more about about the things that he's talking about because I'm
Right.
curious. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I said, I watch his podcast and I watch other people's podcasts. Some stuff I agree with, some stuff I don't agree with, and
Right.
then some stuff I have questions about. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like that. All right, let's get to the
All
next
right.
topic,
Well,
bro. Like
it's we had the other two.
you got a
It's
date,
enough
don't you?
now. You
You
say
got a
what?
date.
No.
You got a date, don't you? You
No.
you trying hard as shit to get off this joint, man. You got a
Oh, wait a
date,
minute.
don't you?
Okay, here
Oh
we go.
wait,
We
Miss
got Miss
Ravioli.
Ravioli.
All right, yeah,
Okay,
all right, all
we're gonna
right.
bring you on.
Hey, Miss Rat. Hey, Miss Ravioli, how you doing? Oh, my mic is muted. Wait a minute.
Okay. Unmute your mic.
Unmute your mic. Unmute your
Hello.
mic, sis.
Hey,
Hey,
how
how
you
you
doing?
doing?
How are you two? Okay,
All right.
so I will apologize. I didn't know that the show was only going to be an hour long.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, we have an
Going
hour
live.
hour show, so that's why we were trying. Is we have a format. You
We have a
you get what
format.
I'm saying? Like I know his show is more open, like and he just goes until whatever. But our show is an hour long. We usually have about 3 or 4 topics
Right.
that we try to get to in the process,
And we put that to the side this time to have an
and
hour long
we were going to have an
conversation.
hour long
Conversation.
discussion with him.
Right. Right.
You
Right.
you know what I mean? Because like I said, nobody's trying to clown him about flat Earth or trying to. We're trying to get more information. Like it's just like anything else. Like if you like I said, I'm taking a class, right?
Hmm.
And I hate to keep bringing this up, but I'm taking a class, and if my professor says if he gives me an assignment and I don't understand it, or he gives me a chapter to read and I got questions, I should be able, like, if he's the one that has the knowledge,
Right.
and he's trying to share that knowledge, I should be able to ask him a question and not get berated for asking. You know what I mean? Like, and nobody asked him in a way that was disrespectful. Nobody asked him in a way that was,
Let him respond.
derogatory or
Does that
anything
make
like that. It's just a question. Like,
does that
okay,
make
just
sense
like I
though?
had. What
What- what-
about this? What about the South Pole? How's that fit in? Or like
So, Ms.
whatever.
Ravioli,
You
what was your take on it then? I mean, I read your statement. What was your take on it? I mean, are we way off base?
Kind of from my vantage point, though. I don't
Right.
know what discussions you had prior to him coming on the platform, but what I saw, it seemed as though you were asking questions back to back before he could answer the first question that you asked. And I am very familiar with professors that say, like, hold your questions until whatever that is, like fill in the blank until the end or until I say you can ask questions. It's more along those lines, but I don't know. Maybe, first of all, I didn't, and I don't understand how you thought you were going to do a 1 hour show with Brother Sanchez because he does go on and on and on and
Right.
on.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I see. Well, maybe that's something that we have to learn for ourselves. That we have to be a little more clear when we invite someone on. And say, okay, look, we have an hour, and this is the way that we do it. So maybe there's a better understanding. So okay, we take that. But
I
yes,
might even hit him. I might even hit him up on the side and just be like, "Bruh, man, you can do one on one, and you know what I mean." But still,
this format here
this
is
format
an
may
hour.
not be,
Right.
might not be for that, but still, it's gonna be. It's still gonna be have to be respectful. Like, you know what I mean? It ain't going. You know what I'm saying? Like, if
You
I
don't want
give
to get
you
in free
respect,
fall.
you
Right.
damn well gonna give me respect too. Like that's just how it is. You know what I
I
mean?
didn't think it was
Oh,
disrespectful, but
good.
that's
When he
just
told
from
me
my
when
vantage
he said
point.
we got our heads up our ass, that's disrespectful, and that's something that I'm sure he wouldn't say to me if we
I
were
mean,
standing face to face.
yeah.
You know what I
But when you
mean?
say Miss Ravioli,
Well, okay.
repeat that last thing. I didn't catch it.
I was just saying I didn't think that that was disrespectful, but I didn't. I mean, he does joke a lot, but if you perceived it to be disrespectful, then I cannot argue with that.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Well,
But it would be nice to see black men coming together and
right,
like
right,
I like hearing the dialogue and I like learning,
right.
but why does it have to be so structured?
Well, I mean, this is
Our
we.
show is structured because it's our show, and we've been doing this for like almost almost 2 years, a year and a half,
Yeah. Right. Right. Right.
and that's the way our show is. I mean,
Right. Right.
it's our that's the way our show is. I
Right.
mean, would you go on would someone go on let's say Oprah's show or Dr. Phil's show and say, Dr. Phil, I know. Thank you for having me on, but I'm gonna need more than an hour. That's not how that works.
Yeah, yeah,
No, it's not. But if they were going to have a special, which I would kind of relate this to,
It still
then they
wouldn't
may
be.
still not, they may have it longer than an hour.
It still wouldn't be 5 hours or like his
right.
podcast.
I mean, but wait, let
I
me
mean,
say
I
this,
get what you're saying,
and the facts still remain though. I think
but
the
he's on, like, why you can't just, well, I guess it's over an hour now. So, like,
right,
your show's already gone over an hour.
right.
Right.
Well, but you know what though? I'll say this, Miss Ravioli. The first thing that you said, I want to hang on that. You said you like to see black men have dialogue. Even if we're going to do that, personally, I enjoy dialogue. We don't want to get in a situation where I'm just sitting here, like I said, with my hands crossed, listening to somebody talk for 2 hours. No, I enjoy dialogue because that's the way that I learn. So even the facts still remain. If we were to ever try this again, or like Terry said, I mean, maybe it's a matter of doing it, on another format other than on this format here, because maybe it doesn't suit his way of communicating. Personally, like I said, I like the dialogue. I like the back and forth. I read your comment. We want you to get on. I want to hear what you got to say about what we did. You know what I mean? That's the way we build. It's all about building. That's what we want to do. Does that make sense?
It does. It does.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm glad you came on, Miss Ravioli. I appreciate it. And
All
listen,
right.
we're on every Sunday. So hopefully, it's easy. We don't bite. We normally have 4 topics we get on and we talk about, and they run the gamble. We talk about everything. So hopefully this won't be your last time.
Okay, because this was my first time.
Well, hopefully it won't be your last.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Miss Ravioli.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
Goodbye now. Pat Stevens said her eyes glazed over. Yeah, mine did too.
Right.
But we're
And
gonna
and
wind this
and
thing down. But go ahead.
yeah. Let's get one more topic in there if you're all right with that.
All right. Okay.
One
All right.
more, then we close it out.
Okay. That's cool. Where you want to go? We
How
got
about
Go ahead, Nat.
financial strategies to protect your marriage?
Right. Okay. Now you know what, and this could be real simple. I'm not talking about anything deep. Just because you hear that a lot of marriages end as a result of finances. Just what I was hoping was to get people to kind of say these are some real simple things that we do to help us, to help our partnership, to help our marriage. That's what I was looking for. Like, what are some of the little things you do? Do you have everybody or all of the accounts in one? Would that help? Would that
Well,
not help? You know what I mean?
yeah, let me answer that for you.
Mhm.
Well, and I'm only looking at things from
From your
my perspective,
Mhm.
right? How old is? So I've been married like 25, 26 years, something like that.
Mhm.
27 years, something like that. 26, 27 years, right?
Right.
And financially, we built what we have together, right? Because like so when me and Venus got together, right?
Mhm.
And I tell this story all the time.
Mhm.
I can't. I had when we moved in together, I had two plastic garbage bags full of my stuff.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And she was like, "I got you. Don't worry about that. You know what I mean? We moved in. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
She was already getting money, whatever.
Mhm.
She was a court reporter doing, whatever.
Whatever. Right.
And then I started doing my thing,
Mhm.
and that was when I was doing little odd jobs and this and that. I was like, man, I can't, man. I this ain't working. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Because I was paying child support.
Mhm.
I was paying, you know what I mean, trying to, and if my my ends wasn't meeting,
Mhm.
it
Mhm.
wasn't adding up.
Right.
So that so I had found out that's now this is before the internet, all that shit. Remember?
Mhm.
I
Right.
found out about this new computer shit coming out.
Right. Right.
I
Now,
can't.
wait a minute. Are
I
you going
can't.
to bring it back to the financial strategies?
I am. I'm I'm working
Okay,
my way
okay.
to it. I'm working
All
my.
right.
I know you got a date.
Oh
Call us
no,
up.
no,
You be a little late.
oh, no,
Hey, but look. Remember, I came to the club with a book like that thick,
yeah, yep,
and I said,
yeah,
"Black."
yep,
Boy told me if I learn this,
yep.
was in this
Onyx.
book,
What is it, Onyx or
I Unix.
Unix?
This is before all that Windows, all that shit.
Mm-hmm,
He was like, "You learn what's in this book, bro. You can write your own ticket."
Thick blue book. I remember.
Thick ass book.
Mm-hmm,
Man, it took me months to get through that book. Months.
mm-hmm,
Months. And I mean months. But I got that shit.
mm-hmm,
And guess what?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Start going up the ladder, up the ladder, up the ladder, up the ladder, up the ladder. But the whole time we did it together.
Mm-hmm,
We did it together. Because at first I couldn't even afford that book.
mm-hmm.
I said, babe, I told her, I said, baby, I said, Venus, if I get this book, boy said, I ain't gonna say his name. Well, Michael Weisskopf. Anyway, he said, you get through this and you get it. I couldn't even afford the book.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, all right, I'm gonna get the book. We got the book. She was like, you going to actually read this big ass book? Yeah, I'm gonna read it. Yeah, you know what I mean? All right,
like
put
me.
the money out for the book. Did that shit. Every step of the way, we was like this. She get
Now
money.
let me ask you this
I
then.
get money, and we share a bank account. We share all our bank accounts.
So does that? So do you think that had you not? Because I gotta be honest, with mine, I don't think we did a thing where we shared. I don't think I've been in the relationship, and I think there was one where we had one sort of shared, but I mean, as I look back, I just wonder, does that make a difference? It just makes me wonder, because you know what I mean.
Makes a difference. It makes a difference.
Is it because
when
then
your finances are together, right?
It's harder to.
First thing, it's harder for her to go out and do some crazy shit, right? And then it's harder for me to go out and do some crazy shit.
You know what? I think you're right, Nick, because with that being said, then, and you're right, because then it became, well, you know what? That's one less thing that if you're gonna go in different directions, that's one less thing you got to split up because I got mine and you got yours.
But the thing is, if you in a marriage and we talking about marriages, right? Yeah. So if we talking about a marriage, you're not thinking about what if we break up.
True.
If you got a good woman or she
right.
got her a good man, y'all not thinking about, well, I'm gonna keep this to the side.
Right.
I'm gonna keep this out to the side.
And I guess that also speaks to the trust that's needed because, like you said, I got to trust that you're not gonna go out there and do crazy stuff. Right. I mean, because then if the finances are tied together, before I do a lot of things, I got to bring it to the house because it's like, okay, this is coming up.
You should.
Right. True. Right.
As you should.
Right. Let me see what she say.
No way. Guess that's why I'm single.
So Pat, is she saying that she wouldn't share? Are you taking it off? Okay.
I keep trying to put it up there.
Me too. Is she saying that she wouldn't share a bank account with someone with her significant other? I mean, but you know what though, and maybe that's what I'm getting at now because that would require the ultimate in trust.
Said yes.
So you know what? Yeah, I guess.
But see, the thing is, you have to if you're going to. All right. First thing is first. If you don't trust the person you're with,
you shouldn't be married. I mean, first
you shouldn't be marrying them. That's first of all. Right. I don't trust. I don't trust nobody. I don't trust nobody. But she know where all the. She know where
all the bodies
is buried.
See, but
you know what I'm saying?
But like, I guess that also helps to keep you on the same page, though, because you have to be on the same page. That's one.
Right.
That's one other thing that keeps you together and keep you in discussion, because it's like, okay, everything is in this one pot. This is about to go out. Okay, how was that going to affect everything? I mean, to be frank with you, and I'm sure that she probably sits down and does the writing or goes on the computer and actually pays them. I'm
Yeah,
sure,
she pays all the
right.
bills and everything.
That's what I'm saying.
States, I don't even know when I get paid.
Right, right.
You know what I
I
mean?
mean, yeah, yeah,
I trust her to that extent. Like we got like I ain't gonna say what we got,
right. Yeah, yeah,
but I
yeah, yeah, yeah. You know
if
what?
she was the type of person who was like gonna be putting little shit to the side, I
Can't
wouldn't
do
even
it.
know it.
Can't do
I
it.
mean, I
Right,
would.
right, 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 right,
I'd find out
right,
eventually,
right,
but
right.
that's
Yeah.
not her, right?
Well, you know
So
what though, and as they say though, man, in a marriage in a marriage, you
it's a
know,
partnership.
it's a partnership, and it's about vulnerabilities, because really that's what you're talking about.
Just
You
like
have
me and
to make
you,
yourself
we share a real brother's bank account,
right. Yeah, yeah,
right?
right, right.
So if I
Yeah,
didn't trust you, do you
yeah,
think I'll be putting money in there?
yeah,
Or do you
right.
think you be putting money in there if
True,
you didn't trust
true,
me?
true. Right.
You get what I'm
That's what
saying?
I'm saying. It's the ultimate. It's the
It's
ultimate in trust.
the ultimate trust. But
You
then
know.
the beginning again, if that trust was broken,
Mm,
I'm gone. You know what I
right,
mean?
right, right,
And
right, right.
and I'm gone. I can be gone, give her half, and still be comfortable because I still do what I do. You get what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's not going to hurt me one way or the other.
Right,
I'm here because I choose to be here.
right, right,
You know
right,
what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah.
She's here because she chooses to be here.
Mhm,
And but we had this thing that's together.
mhm,
So that's why that and as far as financial planning goes,
mm,
back to our other topic. If
mm,
I died today,
mhm,
she'd be a millionaire.
mm, mm,
You
mhm,
know what I mean? Like
mhm,
for real, like
mhm.
she'd be a millionaire.
Right, right.
And I don't sleep with one eye open.
Mhm,
You know what I'm saying? Like
mhm.
thinking,
Right,
thinking she
right.
going
Like, what you looking at?
or when she give me my
Yeah.
medicine, she give me my
Nah.
pills and shit. I ain't like,
Why is it so much?
yeah, where this
Yeah,
extra one
yeah.
come from?
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
Just
what
with
I'm
the
saying?
blue one. Right, right.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right, right.
All right, man. We on an hour and a half now, so we might as well, go ahead and wind this thing down, man.
Yeah, and I'm
So,
gonna
so
chop it up so it ain't gonna be
no,
so
no, Nike, man,
crazy.
let it ride,
Leave it,
man. Like, yeah,
leave
yeah,
it.
leave it, yeah,
But
yeah,
like you
yeah.
said, people's, you know, what I mean, people
I
eyes
mean,
gonna be glazing over, and we didn't even get no information out of it. That's the thing. Like, you know what I
but
mean?
but I
It,
but
it would be different if we got information out of it, but it was basically just
I mean, but I just
ranting.
think that it was live, and it was one of our episodes. You know, let's ride with it, man.
Damn, that
You know,
really?
yeah, I mean, I don't think the quality wasn't bad. It just wasn't. Oh, we're talking
No,
about this
I'm
offline.
huh?
We're talking about this offline. We're
All right,
talking
all
about
right,
the
all right,
production. All right.
all right. Hey,
It goes,
everybody. Hey, thank you for joining our digital neighborhood.
yeah.
Just want to let y'all know y'all suck with the Black Dollar Blackout, but we're gonna do it every year till that thing catch on.
I didn't spend anything. I told you I went to work and
Not
came
you,
home. Huh?
not you, but we didn't
Oh.
collapse this economy.
Oh,
We ain't get no change.
oh,
So
right,
it
right.
must have only been a handful of people.
Well, but
So,
that's how I
but
start.
we're gonna do this every year
That's
until
how
it
it
catch
starts.
on.
Right,
All
right,
right.
right, right.
And another thing, love is the new black. Got the book club coming up in a couple weeks. Get your book. The book that we're gonna be doing is the Emerald Tablets. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be doing that. That's about it that I could think of.
All right, and echo everything that TL said. We hope you enjoyed it. As you see, I mean, this is what happens in live, uncut stuff. I mean, sometimes it's one way, sometimes another. Sometimes you get
Right.
results that you didn't intend,
Yeah, I'm gonna
but
see
it's,
if
but it's still a part.
yeah,
You
I'm gonna
know,
see
it's
if me and
you know,
brother Sanchez can hook up and maybe we'll do a little something on the
doing a book
side.
club.
You know what I
We're
mean?
doing a book
Yeah.
club or something.
Or yeah, so
Yeah.
we do a
But
little something on the side. That way
but we
you can
hope you
get all
enjoyed
his
this.
thoughts out.
You know what? I like to say also thanks to Miss Ravioli. She never tuned into us before. I think she kind of came on as a result of a follower or a
Of
friend
his,
of
right, right. We appreciate all you guys
right,
that was new,
right, right,
that just came on,
right.
you know, and
Hopefully this won't
that
be your last.
follow.
Hopefully,
Right.
right. We're
Yeah.
on every Sunday.
Sorry it didn't turn out the way we,
Right, but that's fine. It happens, and But as you see, our format, we invite you to join us and have a conversation about the different things that we decide to discuss. Pat, as always, thank you. I'm glad you like my plants. I had them sitting outside today. I pulled them
Bet,
in
bet.
because I want them to walk away. So we see y'all next week at 8 o'clock once again, y'all. All
All
major
right.
formats.
Thanks, man. Y'all have a good one. Love y'all.
Love y'all.